Sinistcha is one of the new Pokémon that got introduced with the release of the Teal Mask DLC for Pokémon Scarlet and Violet. While its counterpart Poltergeist is an alright shell smash sweeper, Sinistcha has some unique things going for it, and it has a lot of potential in both competitive singles and maybe VGC too, though we will mainly be focusing on competitive singles for this video. Yesterday we covered the new Pokémon Ogerpon in all its different forms, which will be linked down in the description if you haven't seen that and are interested. Keep in mind that the metagame is still fresh, so some things are subject to change, but let's cover Sinistcha's potential, competitive, and how it will probably be used. Quickly though, I'm going to play the sympathy card here, as I had 2 of my wisdom teeth pulled today, yet I'm still here making this video despite my jaw hurting a bit, so surely that deserves a like. Sinistcha's stat spread might not look like all that appealing on paper. Sinistcha has a solid special attack stat at base 121 and a good defense stat at base 106. However, it's very slow and overall it's not that bulky. Sinistcha's grass ghost typing also leaves it weak to some common attacking types like dark, ghost and fire, though it does resist the common counter water attacks. Sinistcha also has access to the ability Heatproof, which halves the damage of incoming fire attacks and the burn status, effectively getting rid of its fire weakness. Ghost Grass is also a pretty good offensive typing, all things considered. Sinistcha is also pretty unique as an offensive ghost type. Usually if you're an offensive ghost type that isn't trackable to Golden Go, you would have no chance. But Sinistcha has some qualities that make it a potentially worthwhile option over these Pokemon. Sinistcha's most outstanding trait is its signature move Magic Gotcha, which is an 80 base power special grass move that has 2 secondary effects. Magic Gotcha is basically a combination of the moves Giga Drain and Scald, as it heals the user for 50% of the damage it dealt and has a 20% chance to burn, though it does have one drawback, as it is only 90% accurate. Despite the drawback, this move is pretty much anything you could want in a damage dealing move. You deal solid damage, heal yourself, and have a chance to cripple the target with a burn, especially physical attackers. Aside from solid grass step, it also has Shadow Ball for solid ghost step. Unlike its counterpart Poltergeist, Sinistcha does not have access to Shell Smash, but does have Nasty Plot and Calm Mind as setup moves. While I would normally recommend Nasty Plot as a setup move, I think Calm Mind is more fitting on Sinistcha considering its traits. Sinistcha is very slow, but has some alright bulk to it, especially with Heatproof. Magic Gotcha also heals it up, so if you invest a bit in bulk, it can become a slow bulky Calm Mind sweeper, whereas with Nasty Plot it will be easily revenge code after, by common threats like Dragon Bolt, Golden Go, Zapdos and Greninja. With Calm Mind, these Pokemon have to think twice, as they may not be able to take Sinistcha out. Sinistcha also matches up fairly well against the unaware Pokemon that could otherwise stop its sweep. Sinistcha's typing naturally walls Tondozo and can threaten it back, while with Substitute it could be very annoying for Clodsire, though that matchup is gonna take a long time. Sinistcha's move pool is quite limited though, with its best coverage option being Scald. But to be fair, this Pokemon does not need a lot of coverage options, as Ghost Grass is quite difficult to switch into. However, Kingambit is one of the few Pokemon that can take the stab combination. This is very problematic, as Kingambit is the most common Pokemon in metagame, being featured on 50% of teams. Kingambit does have to be wary of Magic Gotcha, leaving with a potential burn or even Scald if you decide to use it. Other notable options are Hex to take advantage of a burn for Magic Gotcha, Leaf Storm for a stronger grass step, Iron Defense for a double dance hit with Calm Mind, or Strength Zap for some nice healing while also annoying physical attackers. Terra Blast is not a bad option either, as Sinistcha is very flexible with its last move slot. Terra Fight with Terra Blast can allow to gain the upper hand of Pokemon like Kingambit, Izumi Samurott and Ting-Lu. Sinistcha is quite vulnerable to a lot of faster threats, so it has to be considerate of those when trying to set up a sweep. But Iron Defense and Calm Mind can help with that. Sinistcha can also check and set up on common Pokemon like Great Dusk, Amoonguss, Dragonite and Landorus D. A moveset consisting of Magic Gotcha, Shadow Ball, Calm Mind and Iron Defense can make Sinistcha a solid bulky setup sweeper, especially if it uses a defensive terror type like Water or Steel to make revenge killing it more difficult. Magic Gotcha will keep it healthy enough to tank attacks, while Iron Defense and Calm Mind make it bulkier and stronger. Do note though that Magic Gotcha's inaccuracy will screw you over in important turns. but that is a chance you will have to accept when using this Pokemon. With all of that being said, what are my overall impressions and thoughts about this Pokemon? I think it legit has potential as a Poké Center Sweeper, but you would have to position it in a way that it can set up Iron Defense and Calm Mind, as will otherwise be very easy to revenge kill with its common weaknesses and mediocre bulk, not to mention its low speed. I predict that Sinistcha will not stay in the OE tier as the power level might just be too high, but it has a good shot of being a solid UU or at the very least RU Pokemon. As for VGC, I'm not an expert, but its ability Hospitality might have some use. I've also heard that Magic Gotcha is a spread move, but I cannot 100% confirm that. What do you think about Sinistcha? Do you think it has potential, or will it just be a forgotten Pokemon after new toy syndrome has worn down? Let me know your thoughts below in the comments, and if you want to see more content like this, you can let me know by liking the video and subscribing to the channel if you're new. Thank you for watching, and see you next time.